I am sitting on an achi tree, and I've told you before, achi is a seed that we use in the Igbo kitchen. We use it to cook ede soup, we use it to cook other types of soups. And what I find really amazing is how huge this thing is. I don't know how many years it was, but as you can see, I'm comfortably sitting on the trunk, and I can literally walk to there in the middle if I wasn't scared of falling down and breaking everything in my body. But this is an amazing entrance.
The drill boundary and the Afi Mountain Sanctuary wildlife boundary.
Okay.
So there we are going to walk around and walk to Canopy walkway.
Okay.
Take it around to the outside.
Okay.
So people say their time is not much.
I mean, what's the time now?
Just 25
to what?
26 minutes to 10 o'clock.
We have till 12:30 now.
Okay.
We have time. Time is not the issue. We have till 12:30.
Then after that, we'll take you to the virgin forest.
We don't have time to do hike up the mountain, but we have till 12:30.
I was thinking that you would go to Afi Mountain.
No, there's no time because it's 2 hours to Obudu, and I don't want to get to Obudu in the night.
Okay, we'll see it now.
Like
but
I'm looking for
the inside. It is only the inside you can see use, yes, because the outside here is white. But when you see the outside to the inside, there you see the red.
Oh my God. Hi. Hello and welcome to today's episode of Wo bin ich zu Hause, meine Heimat für Fremde. Simply put, where do I call home, my home country for foreigners? Come along with me today as we answer the question, what is in a virgin forest? Forest walk in Afi River Forest Reserve. I had spent the day before observing drills and learning about this endangered primate. To conclude my visit, on 11 December 2019, I decided to take a forest walk. If you'd like to know more about my experience at the drill ranch, click on the link on the right side of the screen now. Let's talk about the area. The Afi River Forest Reserve is in Cross River State, Nigeria. It covers roughly 312 square kilometers. It is one of the largest forest blocks remaining in the state other than the Cross River National Park. The reserve lies between the Afi Mountain Wildlife Sanctuary and the Mbe Mountains Community Forest, both of which are home to Cross River gorillas. Afi Mountain Wildlife Sanctuary was established in 2000 to provide improved protection to important populations of several endangered species, including the critically endangered Cross River gorilla, the Nigeria-Cameroon chimpanzee, the drill, and the grey-necked rockfowl. On our forest walk, we covered the Canopy walkway, the sanctuary grounds, and parts of the community forest. What I loved about this forest walk and what you are going to see is how we learned so much about different plants, trees, and the forest itself. Over the course of this video, and I'll walk through the forest, I tried to establish a few things. Who was my forest walk guide? What was his training like? Who are the regular visitors that hike the mountain and do the forest walk? So you will be hearing this in our conversation. My take on this is, the forest walk is something I totally recommend for everyone interested in nature, specifically in the nature in the Cross River area. So come along with me as we check this out. When I'm climbing an achi tree, this one is Igbo tree, eh? If I fall down, yeah. I want to take like this. Ha ha ha. Guys! Whoa! So, I'm gonna catwalk to the middle and sit. Wow. When I don't even know how high I am. And I think I don't want to find out. So, how long have you been working here?
I worked here for a couple of years. From 93, I was a keeper.
Okay.
About that time, to 97, I stopped the work.
Yeah.
They like them. So from there, we come and have one chimpanzee from here.
Okay.
What you call it? They call pansy.
Pansy.
Yeah, a bunch of women.
Okay.
Yeah,
so Pansy is the first chimpanzee that you got from here.
Yeah, the most older one.
The oldest one.
Yes.
Okay.
So from that, they start their business. They started their business. They started collecting some debris.
Okay.
That time they was not looking this place as a permanent area. It was in Calabar, one of that compound there.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yes, enclosure there. From there we started the business, started working there as a start.
Okay. So group what is this?
This is group 6.
6?
Yes, yes.
Oh, these are the ones that broke out this morning. So where did you find them?
They went through the Canopy walkway side.
Your training, what do you learn?
We learn many things.
Like
as I'm here, as I'm going to the forest now,
yes.
as I'm going, I was happy somebody already passed on this trail here.
Okay, you can read the tracks.
Yes, I can read. If there are any animals that I see, I can know this is a big monkey or
okay.
this porcupine. Then they learn many things to take hand over attack.
Okay.
Because if you want to arrest anybody in this forest, we will let attack hand boot.
Yeah.
If they are coming here, we can arrest you when you are gone.
Yes.
So we learn many things. Understand? The training was so hot because it is the army and the some other people efforts are training us, serious training.
Wow.
So it was not easy. Because I used to stay off and in here.
Yes.
Like yesterday, they just called me, they said they are guests here. I should come and take them around. Because I was in Ogoja yesterday. So, like this year, from this November, I can say we are having many visitors, more than 50 here.
Really?
Yes, from US, from Uganda, different countries.
Okay, and the ones you had, were they mostly the ones that drove with their car here? You know, the overlanders, they come with their jeep.
Yes, the overlanders, they come with their jeep and their bike.
Okay,
yes. So
those are the most people that you see here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like the last people that I carry here from US, they don't spend a day in Lagos. They spend 2 days here with us.
Okay.
I take them to mountain.
Okay, so they went up the mountain. Yes. Okay. So, the people that come here, are they mostly men?
No. They are women, girls. They are missing.
They are mixed?
Yes, because some other girls that came last, they are only 2 girls.
They came, okay, and where are they from, the 2 girls?
They're from, they say Australia, something like that.
From where?
Australia.
Australia.
Yes,
okay.
They say they already spent a lot of time in Ghana.
Ah.
They want to come and see this place.
Okay.
Some of them will come only girls, some of them will come men and boys. They are men.
But they are mostly foreigners, no?
Yes, foreigners.
So,
and sometimes we can have a guest, those these men from Makwebon, some of them from Lagos.
Okay.
Come and spend their time here. Some commissioners.
Ah, so the commissioners come here?
Yes.
And when the commissioners come, they come with 1 million security, no?
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. From the Nigerian visitors that come, do you also have female visitors that are traveling alone?
Yes.
Sometimes?
Sometimes. But since we have the last, like 2012, the thing got broke. The thing got destroyed. It's the only year we can use for visitors.
Ah.
Yes.
So we can go up?
Yes, we can go up.
Okay.
I don't ask where you people are coming from.
Enugu.
Yeah.
So guys, good morning. This is the Canopy walkway. It is 100 kilometers long, but 2012 there was a landslide, so a major part of it was damaged. It hasn't been fixed yet, so this is the only part of the walkway that we can go on. Hopefully they will fix it the next time. From the camp base to here is about a 17 minutes walk through the community forest, and then you get to this first platform. We're gonna go through it for the little part of it that we can do and show you what you can see. I'm hearing a stream. Yes. What is that water?
That's Bano River.
So there is a Bano River in the back, you can hear it. And the walkway shows the age. So was this thing built in, when was it built, do you know?
Okay, by 2000.
By 2000?
No. Because by 2001 or 2002.
Okay, so this place was opened in 2000 and the walkway was built in maybe 2001 or 2002. So you can actually see from the aging on it that it's that old, but as you can see I'm standing on it. So this part of it is still holding me, but the other parts of it you can't access. So we're gonna walk through this and just show you the bits of it that is still open and then continue our way through the forest. Wow.
The river condemned the center this one.
Okay.
So you are not be fixed now.
Okay.
Maybe by the time we have good governor to come and fix it, because Donadu was trying. Donadu
yeah. So how high is this thing? Wow. I think it's higher than Lake U.
Yes.
Or is it my mind? I have to research it. I think it is higher than Lekki. It fell definitely. Look at, is that an Iroko tree? Which tree is this one?
Which one?
This one.
No, this is not Iroko.
Which one is this one?
Is the forest with the town wood.
I don't know, but I think this is higher than the Lekki Canopy walkway. Maybe it's just my mind, but I think it's higher. We are on the second platform of the Kache-Bano walkway, and you have an amazing view of the Bano stream behind me, which you can see in here. So this is the extent that we can get on this platform, because like we mentioned, the landslide does not allow you use the rest of the Canopy walkway. Hopefully it will be fixed. We're going to go down later to the Bano stream so you have a closer view of it. So the tree in the middle supporting platform 2 is a stonewood tree, and I've learned right now that the tree is actually very strong. It was tested to see if it can support the weight of the platform and how long this tree lives. From what I've learned right now, this tree can live over 100 years. And if we look down, we can see the construction of where the platform has been supported by this tree. What I'm impressed about is like the width of this tree and how much weight it can carry. I've also learned that 30 people at once can go through the walkway when it was still fit. And if we turn that way, we'll see the rest of the walkway, not all of it, but leading to platform 3 and also leading to platform 4. So this part has been closed up and we can't use it. But right there, that tree is a camwood tree. And a lot of people love the camwood because of what you can do with it. It has a lot of medicinal value for skincare and other stuff. So you can see that the forest provides you with a lot of things. It's not just the animals and insects, there's the herbs that you can actually get here, which are natural in here. So if you want to learn about like trees, herbs, we've got our forest guide here and he's been taking us around. And yes, I'm doing the insect dance because I think pretty much high up here we have a lot of insects. So it's hard for me to talk without trying to get them out of my face. But do come and visit here and you know, get a feel of how nice the insects are when you're trying to talk. So later. So my God, look at the length of this tree. That's why I believe that we are really high up. I'm gonna try to show you the top of the tree standing next to us that also supports this walkway. I think these ants like it a bit more cozy, so they've built their anthill on the root of this tree. And what's interesting is the anthill is getting like some fungi growing on it, or you know, like green, what do you call those things? It's not fungi, is it? Yeah. Moss. Yeah, got some moss on it. So guys, I talked about achi and the achi tree yesterday. These are the achi seeds and this is the pod that it comes in. So we use this in a lot of cuisine. And it's interesting because you're just picking it off the forest floor. And this tree right here is the tree where it's falling off. That's the achi tree. You can actually see how huge the root is. So this is what it looks like in nature.
So can you see how the river is?
Yes.
Normally it was not like it was serious in the forest.
Okay.
But when the landslide occurred, everything was open. See the giant stone, the big tree that the landslide is carrying to push up all the canopy water down.
Wow.
So the thing was so powerful. It has a force from the mountain.
The Bano stream, and can you see how crystal clear this stream is? I'm so like not joking right now. You know, when we talk about the water that you see in Nigeria, I've told you that some of them are so brown, but in this case you see that it's just reflecting the bottom of the stream, but it is clear, like crystal clear. I can see the leaves, I can see so many things. We can see some butterflies before I kiss the water. And there are white butterflies and blue ones running around me right now. I hope you can get some of them.
Yes.
But I need to go somewhere with the one step of the water. Experiment. I know, but I'm going to try it. It's definitely cold. It's definitely cold and I'm going to drink the water of life. You have to swallow. So I just swallowed it.
Yes.
And guess what? I'm seeing fishes. I'm seeing little fishes in here.
Yes.
So this is the Bano River and I just drank out of it. Here's to nothing happening later. But it looks clean, it looks very clean. And I can see the fish is so friendly, it's unbelievable. So yeah, good place to be. Friends, this is ebony. You've heard a lot about the ebony statues. You come, you pick your figurines from ebony wood. This is the tree that supplies you with that black wood that is used to make most of those figurines and furniture. How long does an ebony tree live?
It can live more than 50 years, 100 years, because like this one here is still young. You have the black wood inside if you fell it now.
Okay.
There are some of one where they are already old, they will have the hole. You cannot make use of them.
Okay. So usually actually to create the furniture and the pieces that you see, they need to use the younger ebony trees because when they get older, there's a hole in the middle that doesn't really allow you do substantial work or pieces from it. So this is a young ebony tree, and right behind the tree back that we're seeing right now, you get the blackwood. So if we move up, I don't know what's going on with that. Is it those ant hills or something? So if you come to this side.
Okay. No, that is another wood. It's not the ebony wood.
That's not the ebony. It's something hanging down beside it.
Wood.
Okay, dead wood. Okay. This is the boundary between the drill ranch, the sanctuary, and the Afi Mountains. What I like about this place is that the separation has actually been helped by nature because it is a huge rock that kind of like marks the boundary. So if you are confused about where the boundary is, this rock is kind of like a landmark to show you that we have crossed over to the Afi Mountain region. And here's one of the trees that fell down during the landslide. You can see it. Oh, and wow, then you got a little hole here going on. This is interesting.
We'll dig a hole like this. When they did a hole in the night, when the animal try to pass, it will fall in.
They will fall in.
Then in the morning, they will
come and pick it out.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're seeing here is a local or traditional entrapment method used by hunters. So when there were no traps originally, what the hunters would do were to dig holes in the forest, because where we're standing right now is part of the forest reserve that was established in 1931. So you do see some of the activities from before then from the hunters. So this hole is usually dug so that at night when the animals are crossing, they will not notice the hole, so they fall into it and the hunters can pick it up in the morning. So this is an old hunting technique from the people of this area. So we're going to continue through the forest and show you the forest that has been preserved from 1931.
Bush mango tree.
Mangrove.
Bush mango.
Bush mango. Ke bush mango?
Obono.
Ah, it's Obono people call bush mango.
Yeah, that is the English bush mango. We call it Obono.
Ah, okay. See, I learned something. This is crazy, but these, I don't know if you can see them. I'm hoping you can, but these are some, wow, land, that those sandflies?
Yes.
Oh my God, we just walked into a den of sandflies. But I wanted to show you something else. This tree right here produces something we call obono in Igbo. And up until today, I didn't even know the name in English. But I've learned that obono is called bush mango. So this is a bush mango tree. So if you go to the market and you hear people talking about obono, then in English it is called the bush mango.
So when you come, the forest is very always cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Every time you come. As those animals they are there, you know, the white one, they are not closer here.
Mm-hmm.
The chimpanzee, the white one, they are on top of the mountain.
They're on top of the mountain.
Yes, and they breathe. But those white ones, whenever they see you,
do they run away?
Yeah, they will run away. The white one will run away.
Okay.
The only problem is that the only one here, they are already trained.
They're used to human beings.
So that's actually a big dense hand here.
This is camwood.
Yeah, this is the camwood. Look at the hand.
So, for all camwood pirates, it's no secret that in the olden days people made use of what they have. So what we're looking at right now are leaves that people used to use to make roofs, to make mats when they had to sleep in the forest. Can you tell me the name of the plant?
Cane rope.
Cane rope.
Yes.
So this cane rope plant, the leaves, you see how wide they are. So it is easy to mount a wooden post and structures and use this to make roofs or bed to sleep on. And here again is your camwood right next to the cane rope plant. Okay. This tree here is called bukom in the Boki dialect. It is a tree that they use the leaves to make food, soups and other dishes. So if you are in Boki and you want to try something local, you might want to try a soup made from the bukom leaves.
This is the method that those Oyibo use and do that canopy walkway. This is a forest wood. You see how the method is, they just tie themselves. So this is a method I use and do that canopy walkway from those woods. So that the tree should be very firm and strong.
Which tree is this one?
This is actually tree.
Ah, this is the achi tree.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So when is raining season, how flooded is this place? So you can only enter the forest wearing rubber boots, I suppose.
Yes.
But how does the water get high, you know, to the level of?
Not all the place that water get high.
Okay.
Except when you went to go to a small river, small stream.
Yeah.
I have like this, you can move with
Okay.
It's Boki under Ogoja.
We are under Flora State.
I know, but Ogoja is not a local government in Crossing.
No, it is the local government of Ogoja. I see this beautiful moral.
Wow.
But the moral is very nice, but we don't used to eat it because it's a forest mushroom. We don't know the use of the mushroom.
This is one pretty forest mushroom, but it's not edible, or at least the Boki people do not eat it. I'm not going to try for you because I don't know what's going to happen, but we can all agree it is one pretty mushroom. So are there mushrooms that you eat from the forest?
Yes, there are many.
Okay, so if you see some that you eat, then show us, I beg.
I will let you know.
I think that's our baby. That's the not so edible mushroom.
My guide explained to me that one of the ways to kind of not get lost if you're walking through the forest and it's not like a defined path is to break some branches so that when you're coming back you would be able to recognize where you walked through. Now if that's good for the forest or not, I don't know. I'm just telling you that if you're in a forest and you don't want to get lost and you don't know the path that you walked through, that's one of the ways people did it.
So guys, this lovely tree that you see here is one of the trees that provides wild forest fruits for the drill monkey. And I've been told that the fruits are very spiky, so you can't actually hold it with your hands. But the drill monkeys are used to it, so they can rip the fruit apart with their hands. But I like this tree because of, you know, how intricate it is and how it seems to form like a pattern. So actually in nature, there's a lot of artwork that you can find without even, you know, it's making an effort to make it look pretty. We have a pretty artwork right in front of us. Another thing, if you're walking through the forest, to note if animals came here or passed through your path. So right now you see that everywhere on this track there are leaves, but suddenly we have a space that is cleared. So an animal stayed here overnight or maybe even a few minutes before we came because the area is totally clear of leaves. So that's a sign for you to know that an animal just passed by where you were walking through. Here's a better close-up of the ebony wood. And if I go closer, you see it's already black. There you go. Ah, but you know, you said when it gets old, then they start to get holes in the middle. So this is what you meant?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a typical example of an aged ebony wood that now has this hole in the middle, which is why most people prefer to get them young. But if we go in, you see our black gold, the ebony wood. So this is virgin forest, and I thought I'll just sit inside and give you a bit of a feel of the virgin forest. So if I keep quiet right now, you hear nature at its finest. We've seen camwood, we've seen stonewood, we've seen the blackwood, the ebony tree, we've seen the achi tree, we've seen what's the cottonwood tree. We've also seen the tree that produces fruits for the drill mountain. What's that tree called?
It's a forest.
The carved one, no?
Yes.
So we've seen that tree as well. So this is a virgin forest. The virgin forest is one that has been conserved for a long time and not been touched. So since 1931, this thing has been under the forest reserve protection from Nigeria. So a lot of the trees we're seeing here are aged and actually have been here for a while. The beautiful thing about a virgin forest is that it gives you the indigenous plants and trees that came with it. So they're able to survive, and you're able to research these trees to get information about their medicinal value or other values that you can get from the plant. So I want to keep going through and showing you things that we find. And if you're here, then take a forest or a bushwalk, because it is really interesting getting to know how all those plants or seeds or the trees of the seeds that we eat and we know look like in nature, and also to get a feel of all the birds and insects that we're hearing. This is a good place to actually do a walk if you're staying at the drill ranch. So let's try it. You don't want to put your hand in that?
Those are the forest mosquitoes.
Oh God.
They are not harmful.
Oh, they look.
They peck on the tree.
Oh my God.
Then you will peck them, you will see that they are dancing, but they are not harmful. They always feed by the tree side, but they are not harmful for human being.
Okay, so hello to forest mosquitoes. So here's a riverbird crossing.
Like in the dry season period, where you go to the mountain, you will see beautiful flowers. Most of them in the dry season, because of the very small tree. You can look at this one.
So previously, this nice lovely rock we are seeing here also used to be a cave that people could access, but as you can see, there is a rock right in front of the entrance, and this rock came down with the landslide of 2012. What's also interesting is if I turn my camera that way, you see a tree stump that obviously is a product of that landslide as well. So there's the tree stump, and you can imagine the force that was used to bring this rock right here to cover the cave entrance. And another thing that you notice is when you have the stream side, you have lovely flowers like the ones we have here. There are a couple of flowers. What this means is that you also have butterflies going for their nectar. This one is a correct Niger kitchen leaf. So you will find this in a lot of kitchens. This is ozuza. In the Igbo language, that's what we call it. It's used for different dishes, and it also produces a seed that we call uzuza as well. It's actually peppery. It has this type of, pepper feel to it. It's not like the hot chili pepper, but it has a certain taste and a certain sharpness or hotness to it. And here it's actually called hot leaf, which would imply the hotness you get from using the leaves in your cuisine. I'm just going to go a little bit close so you get a close-up of the uzuza. I don't think there are any seeds that we can show you, but these are uzuza leaves and how they grow in nature. Here is another function of the achi tree. So sometimes along the roots of the achi tree you will find holes, and in these holes there is water in it. It is believed to have medicinal value, so people with epilepsy are actually given water from this hole to treat their epilepsy. Now I cannot confirm if it works, but that is what people use it for. So you can see that is the root of the achi tree. Oh my God, I'm actually quite impressed. This is the root. Like, look at how huge this thing is. So that gives you a picture of how big the achi tree and its roots are. We are now under a tree that actually provides fruits that some of the forest animals like. So at night, this place will be like a, cafeteria. You can imagine a forest cafeteria because they're coming here to eat these fruits. I'm gonna pick up some for you so you can see it. And what the hunters used to do in the past is they will come to the base of this tree and set their traps because they know porcupines, drukers, they come here to get some food. So they will set separate traps to catch the animals whilst they're eating or coming for food. So this is the famous Iroko tree that you will hear in a lot of our folk tales, our idioms, and the language spoken in Nigeria. So it is not a joke. The Iroko tree is a very tall tree, and this is an evidence of it. All of the people that love the Nigerian bean cake moi moi. This is the big moi moi leaves. So most times moi moi is actually made in the leaves traditionally or in tin cans from the modern day kitchen. Actually, the tin cans that were originally used to cook moi moi are the tin cans from liquid milk. So all those big can, empty container, they used them to cook moi moi back in the days till people started fabricating tins for making moi moi. But before that and still now, the moi moi leaves are used to make the Nigerian or maybe call it African bean cakes moi moi. Wow, look at that. So this is the site of one of the sites of the devastation from the landslide. As you can see, I'm standing on tree trunks and there is a huge tree trunk behind me, which I think is actually part of this tree that I'm standing on. So you can see how big this tree is, and it was moved by this landslide that happened in 2012. What I love about this place is that for the fact that it's a virgin forest, you see that the trees are still there the way they fell. Of course, you can clear them out, but normally if they actually degrade and go back into the forest ground, it helps for other plants that will grow here. So I like the view that we have here because it tells you how natural and how native this place is, but also the force of nature, that when something happens, it can take things away. I've heard that nobody was harmed in the landslide, but a lot of people lost property and lost their housing. But this is a good evidence of what happens when nature decides to get active, and it's great that we can see it and, you know, show it to you as well. Okay, I believe it's because they don't know. And how will people know if you don't show them? Do you understand? Of course, there is a risk in coming here. Yeah. And most people do not want to be the first to find out because they think, this money I invest, what if nothing comes out of it? But for me, the experience is already interesting enough. And if I can pass on that experience to other people that love it and want to do it, why not? So, no, I am not working with NTA. I am actually training myself as we go. And hopefully people will get to see it and they will recognize the work that you guys are doing here. And they come to spend more of their time here than, you know, going to Kenya or going... And not that I have anything against Kenya. Please do not get me wrong. People can go to Kenya, they can go to South Africa, but they can also go to the one in their country. Okay, so this is a medicinal plant called forest alligator, and in the local dialect, Ino. All the foodies in the joint, what we're seeing right now is the edikaiko, the leaves they used to make the soup edikaiko. So if you have ever been to Calabar, that's one of their specialties, the edikaiko soup, and this is the leaf for making edikaiko. So maybe some of you know that before Oyibo came, that even we Africans, we used to have a way to maintain our mouth hygiene. So it was the chewing stick, and this tree I'm looking at right now is one of the plants they used to make the chewing stick. So the base is cut and then split into different pieces and sold in the market as a bundle of chewing sticks. So this is your typical chewing stick that you will get in the market. This is the plant that they used to make it. From this tree, I suppose?
No, look at a big tree here.
Okay. Okay.
Every time I want to drink water, the water will be very sugary.
So human beings eat it as well?
Yes.
What do you call it?
Bangkong.
Bangkong?
Yes. Eating best fruit from the mama leaf.
Mama leaf. Ah, from the moi moi leaves?
Yes, from the bottom of the mama leaf. That's why we take it, yeah.
Oops. Good afternoon.
With that, we concluded this very educative forest walk. It's definitely worth your time, and if you're planning on going, please check out the drill branch for updated information regarding your visit, as my visit was from December 2019. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Yours truly, Liesel81.
Yay, we're back.